在我们的这个生产制造的现场。那这个其实是我们现在政府在跟产业界一直在努力的一个方向。所以面对少子化的这样的一个趋势 ，AI 它的出现刚好可以解决我们的问题。但是 AI 它不应该是取代人类，它应该是要去叠加在人类的这个工作的这个价值上面，它应该要能够扮演是一个人类的一个工作上的一个好伙伴的一个角色。那我想我们现在政府就是正在这个推动这样的一个目标。刚刚周总也提到，我们在未来2040年我们就要训练50万的这个 AI 的一个培训的这个能力这个是我们整个国家的一个目标。那当然，整个教育的体系我们跟教育部、跟国科会、跟数位部我们也希望能够把这样的一个 AI 发展的契机，带动这个 AI 产业化、产业 AI 化，那未来能够让整个工作的价值提升，也能够改善我们国内的这个国民的这个所得分配的这个状况。
I think anyone that's using AI as a tool in their job now, and I certainly can attest, it's remarkable. It can analyze data sets very quickly, it can translate documents, it can give you a summary. But sometimes, and I don't know if any of you feel this way, I sometimes wonder if it's really as smart as everybody thinks, because I got into a fight with ChatGPT the other day when I asked it a simple question. What was the day that the Prime Minister of South Korea went to the White House for an unscheduled visit with Trump? And it then got into an argument with me for like 5 minutes about that South Korea doesn't have a prime minister, and they do. And I'm like, you're wrong. I mean, and we're going back and forth, and I'm getting heated with my phone, and I'm thinking to myself, how is this thing telling me false information? And then finally admits, oh, that's right. Sorry, I was mistaken. So Ambassador, do you think that AI is going to be as this spark that we're all hoping for? Or do you think it's a little bit overhyped? I mean, you've been following this industry very closely. And is it wise for any nation to put all their eggs in the basket of AI? Or should there be a more diversified approach in terms of developing the hardware to support it? The robots, the EVs, the other technology. What do you think?
Okay, you can get any answers from ChatGPT or Google. But you need to find good questions first. So you mentioned about how to cooperate with each other, like work with France, with Germany. To define the question is more important than anything else. Now, we need a new global view about international cooperation. I just paid visit to Germany recently. I paid visit to Siemens in Finland. Why we need to visit Siemens? Because sensitive products move back to Taiwan for mass production. Then we need smart manufacturing. And we need solutions from Siemens. And also power consumption, efficiency. We need key components from Infineon. And people talking about EUV machine, but people didn't know 1/3 of the bulk of materials actually from optical, which is contribution from Zeiss. All right? So that is very important for anyone else. Second, because GPU price is so high, you didn't know. The first quarter after chip, NVIDIA revenue was $7.19 billion. But last quarter, it expanded to $68.1 billion, 9.5 times than 3 years before. So you need a reliable environment ecosystem to help the products or services happen. Now, people only focus on Amazon, Google, Microsoft needs, but my philosophy is about sovereignty AI. We need to help or co-work with the countries that want the security about data. You need your own data center. So you need to talk to Taiwan. There is a new definition. Actually, originally, no one talked about Taiwan can help them to build a data center for them. Now you need Taiwan because I checked before. 2024, Americans have imported $71.9 billion from overseas for AI servers, 67% from Mexico, 26% from Taiwan, but Mexico also produced by Taiwanese makers, right? Even China. So we need to think about Taiwan now is an anchor, it's hard for manufacturing to realize all the products together. So Taiwan is harmless partner for everyone. We don't have any threats. We just try to help people, try to create more value for everyone. So even Taiwan also need to redefine our position in the market. So I would like to recommend our government take new actions. Last year I was invited by Singapore, actually Bank of America. We host a big event, not big, cross-store event to discuss how entrepreneurs in Asia can work together. Then December last year, I went to Madrid, Spain, which is hosted by Bank of Europe, to talk about semiconductor industry in Europe. But everyone say Taiwan take too much. We have too high market share for that kind of things. But they didn't know why we deserve more. So also Taiwan need to talk to others, to share our position and status quo. No one, they cannot describe what's different from Taiwan and Korea. Our industry clusters are totally different from each other. So sometimes Korea is good, sometimes Taiwan is better. But if you know how to leverage Taiwan, today most of the foundry, logic IC, advanced chips produced by Taiwanese makers, but memory is still owned by Korea. We need to work together. Otherwise, we cannot make things efficiently. So I always try to convince people, redefine Taiwan position in the market, and then we can help each other do things better. Thank you.
Director Paris, we were talking about the issue that the Deputy Minister mentioned about sovereign AI, and you wanted to touch on some of the concerns that you want the whole world to benefit from AI as opposed to just individual regions. Can you speak more about that?
I think Ambassador mentioned the hot topic, which is sovereign AI. Before having the lack of being posted in Taiwan, I spent a lot of my career in other geographies, and especially on the African continent. And there's not one government, whether in Africa, whether in Southeast Asia, whether in Latin America, who is not looking today for the solution to have its own sovereign AI, which is, if we want to sum up, how I will use my own data without losing control of it. And today, for all of these governments, which are, by the way, 2/3 of the planet, there is no satisfactory solution. Because a lot of these solutions are already about predation, loss of control on data. So this is where I think there is an important avenue for collaboration between Taiwan and Europe. Because it's good to speak about how we can cooperate our own ecosystems. But I think we should also think about how together we can reach out to the rest of the planet. And this is, I think, the real challenge. Not just combine and stay by yourself, but combine our own assets, which is software and hardware, and propose solutions to the rest of the world.
Also, talent development is crucial, isn't it? And you were talking about steps that Germany is taking. How do you see Taiwan helping the world to cultivate the next generation of talent, and how can Taiwan work with nations like Germany to do that?
Well, when you look at talent building, we have this very exciting cooperation program where we bring German students, and it started with the University of Dresden, where the TSMC will be located. Bring German students here, for exchange here and also have them work at TSMC. So training on the job for future employees of TSMC factory. And this program became so popular in Germany that now the National Ministry of Science and Research and Education allocated money that we roll it out to the whole country. So from this year onward, we will have 100 German students every year coming to Taiwan to study and work in this industry. And I think this is also something that is very useful for Taiwan, because with the demographic problems that Taiwan faces, you cannot fly your technicians to the factory in Dresden to staff it. So, and this is a wonderful way to already start at an early level. But let me make one remark to the question before, when you said, is it hyped or is it really the big game changer? It will change the game, no matter how big, but the important question is, will this AI revolution, will democratic countries of the world remain at the forefront of this AI revolution? When we look at AI, when we discuss it today, we see the possibilities, how it can help solve demographic problems, how it can help, how it can serve the people, basically. If authoritarian countries look at AI, they look, how can I use this as a weapon in destabilizing other countries, in gray zone activities. We see all this foreign information manipulation today, and imagine also the danger when AI is employed to help destabilizing. We see it from Russia every day. You see it from China every day. And if we, as democratic countries, are not careful to remain at the forefront of this development, that we can create an international standard for responsible AI and avoid it being turned into a weapon against us, I think this is a very important area where we need to pause.
And I'm glad you raised that, because democracies are particularly vulnerable when you're not controlling the information that's spreading online. It's very easy to be attacked. I'm curious, Deputy Minister, from the government's perspective, what guardrails you feel need to be in place to protect Taiwan and the world at large as this AI does become more advanced, and with that, with those technological innovation also does come increased risk.
我觉得这个未来民主同盟国家的合作这样的一个议题议题设定是越来越重要。那从半导体到 AI 的一个基础建设，或是 AI 供应链的一个发展其实这个是一个重要的一个议题所以总统刚才也提到说，我们跟台湾跟美国之间也签订了一个系盛世的宣言就是在这个AI 的这个供应链，还有主权 AI 的这个部分我们也已经有台美之间也做了某种程度的一些未来的一个携手合作，打造一个整体的一个基地安全的这样的一个生态系那我想AI 的一个发展，未来它可能也会造成很多的一些问题就是说如果我们没有把它规范好，那也许它可能会造成许多的这个社会道德，或是说有很多的一些资讯错乱甚至很多假讯息的这些问题那去年政府也通过了这个我们的 AI 的基本法。那这个 AI 的基本法其实它是一个很重要的一个法规，就是未来它在规范公部门或是我们的产业部门，它在使用 AI 上面，它怎么样来去预控那个风险，那甚至我们也怎么样去做一些规范，这个法规对台湾来讲是很重要的那当然 AI 是刚出现，那怎么样能够让我们在这个法治的一个社会环境之下，能够善用这个 AI 它成为我们的助力而不是主力，这个都是台湾跟全球的这个问题所以跨国之间的合作 在这样的一个AI 的一个发展的过程里面我们可以找出一些议题大家来共同来探讨。我想这也是我们台湾跟欧盟国家、美国，甚至我们还有许多亚洲同盟国家大家共同未来可以思考合作的一些这个地方那当然台湾站在这个 AI 的一个这个供应链或者说这个 AI 的扮演 AI 非常关键的这样的一个角色的地位上面，我想我们这个提供全球各个国家发展 AI 的同时，我们也更有这个义务来参与这些这种所谓全球 AI 规范的这样的一个议题的一个讨论。